On the 27th of September 2021, Bo brought over this blown up wreck of a StuG III G. It was our most ambitious project yet because of how badly damaged every single part of it was. But the reason we wanted to persevere with it was because all of the major components are from a single vehicle. And so the boys got to work, and we were confident we'd have it finished in 12 to 18 months. Or so we thought.
What happened there?
While I was out driving the Leopard and T72, Bo got stuck in and base coated the entire vehicle chocolate brown. Late war Alket StuGs like this one always worked from a brown base rather than the classic Dunkelgelb. He's also fitted the shirts and rails that he made from real German factory schematics. Before we start the camo, all of the tool clamps and holders have to be refitted. I'm sure a lot of you already know what they're for, but if you don't, you'll have to wait till the end of the video when we do the final fit off.
These vehicles had a predominantly brown camo scheme. There's not much green camo on there, but in between the spaces there'll be Dunkelgelb, which will break up the brown a bit more. We don't want to go overboard and do too much camo to begin with and then regret it and have to take it back. So we're going to do our yellow next, and then after that we'll see what it looks like, and if we need to add bits in, we can.
As you would have just seen, our primary reference is the StuG III G at Fort Benning. It's out of the same factory as our StuG and would have had the same factory camo scheme applied. We also had some help from our mate Evan McCallum.
It's a really nice green. It is. Yep. It's our colour. Okay. Ready? Here goes nothing.
With the StuG finally painted, we can now get the track on. Carl Brown at CNC Military Services made this for us. For a heavy running vehicle, it's always better to have newly made track. Their stuff is really high quality and they're always working on some phenomenal restoration projects. The guy giving Beau a hand here is Steve. He helps us out from time to time and is an absolute gun on the wire wheel or angle grinder. One thing to remember when assembling track like this is to have the chevrons pointing the right way and to make sure the flat of the pin faces the hull. This is so the little bracket here can push back any pins that manage to work their way loose.
Push it. This track's not level. You can hit it harder. Not going to break it.
We'll scratch it, mate.
Yeah, alright, you get the red one, I'll get the blue one. Ready, pull it.
There are a few ways you can go about joining the track, but it always starts with pulling the vehicle up onto it first.
Nicely done.
We didn't want to bring the vehicle too far forward and risk having it roll down the hill because that would be a nightmare. So Steve came up with the idea to just remove the front section of the track and we'll put it towards the back.
Yep.
And then we'll continue on doing what we were going to do anyway. We're going to pull it up the back over each return roller and then lock it into the drive sprocket and drive the sprocket forward. And then we're going to join it at the bottom between the first road wheel and the sprocket.
Oh my God.
Alright, now what? Now what? this side. That's me. Stop. We need to anyway. Get him out. I need to get this up and over this shop.
Now, if you're wondering why we didn't hook it on from the front and drive the sprocket in reverse to pull the track along, it's because it's very easy to lose control when you're using the power of the vehicle in this way. It looks a bit awkward and heavy the way we're doing it here, but it's actually way safer.
Just go towards me with it, Darryl.
Yeah, back to, don't pull on that because it's coming out.
Tighten up, fingers everyone.
Now that everyone not in the driver's vision is clear of any finger or arm jamming situation, we can use the sprocket to tension the track and join it up.
Spooky to be climbing in.
Is that where the seat is?
No, the seat back is folded back. This is the actual seating position here.
Oh, that's better.
Alright, so just before we start, we're planning on putting it in forward. It's going to drive the sprocket forward. We need to put pressure on these, make sure they're not going to jump back. Just make sure it doesn't start rotating, bro.
As you down push on that clutch.
You just push down, but if it starts rotating, just move your hands out of the way.
Ready?
Ready? Holding it, no worries. This side's maxed out.
Yeah.
So you're just going to start driving along now if we go any more. We might actually need to add a link in, if anything.
Don't worry too much about that crunching sound, it was just the wooden chocks.
One track length short. Pin.
Did pretty clearly about it.
Now that we've joined it and had a better look, it seems like we could actually lose that extra track on each side that we put in. Once we drive it around a bit, everything should stretch out nicely.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, we're so close. Nearly take 2 lengths out. Wow, you nearly got it just bottom on that.
Not far off, eh? Yeah, if you can get it on, yep. Just give us 1 sec. Oh, I'll put a bit more pressure on this here. Yeah, go put the other side on.
Where did you?
I've got it on top. It seems to grab better on top.
Alright. You've got your adjustable.
Alright. Almost there. Keep going. Another one.
Strength of 10 mice. It's in the wrong way.
Yep. Oh, I shouldn't have put it all the way through. Anyway, I'll get another pin and we'll drive the opposite way. I'm just going to grab one of those track pins. Yep. It's in line, it just needs to be lifted. We're going to just move the vehicle back and forwards a couple times inside the shed, and just see what happens.
See if it works.
Yeah, well, it's going to work. It's going to work, but tracks are a little tight on this side here, and we just want to see if it sort of frees things up when we move it. Wears the track pins. It's not going to wear the track pins in, but it might just loosen things up a touch.
Yeah. Are you excited about driving it?
Yeah, very. Yeah. A bit nervous.
What for?
I just hope nothing goes wrong.
It's been a long time in the making.
Yeah. So it would be a shame if something happened now at this point. But yeah, no, it should be good.
Right. Let's get you in there.
Let's see what happens, eh?
Don't screw it up, mate. Yeah, you don't want to move it too much. Pins will probably. Yeah. No problem.
All right.
How'd it feel to drive?
The steering is amazing. I haven't steered a vehicle. I haven't been in a vehicle that steers this good before.
Wow.
To be honest,
Really?
it might just be the concrete we're on, which is pretty slippery, but zero effort to turn at all. It's just the reversing, trying to turn it right in reverse. We're not getting anything, but the opposite way, it's just as easy as it is going forward. So it is possible. It's just a bit of adjustment, I think.
Briefly, what do you think's going on with the steering?
The main steering brakes on either side have got plenty of bite and they're working and releasing properly. But the support brake, which is part of the differential lock system that we've all got to know so well, I think just needs a little bit of adjustment because it's slipping on this side, so that when Bo pulls on the lever to try and turn it in reverse, it locks one side okay, but the engine torque is overcoming the support brake and it's allowing it to slip, and that's why it's not pivoting around, because we can feel heat in the brake drum on that side where it's not on the other side, so
Right.
it's slipping more than what it should be. So I think we just need to tighten it up, and it looks really promising. It looks like
really
it turns
does.
really easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is 17 mil.
After a few adjustments, we have another go at it.
Good to go?
That way first, and we'll try and steer left.
Yep.
A bit of room.
Get out of there. Quick.
No, it's too much fun. This thing's awesome.
How's it feel?
That's something else.
Yeah?
Yeah. To turn a blown up wreck into something that can drive is, yeah,
But not only drive, it drives really well.
really well.
Right? Thank you. look at your age, you know, you've got to be in the top 5 of restorers worldwide in this sort of thing to achieve what you've done, you know. You're the one that took the vision from twisted up scrap to something that's living and breathing. It's quite an achievement, isn't it?
Wait till you see the Super Cup.
Yeah.
From the real journey from start to finish.
I'm lost for words.
Yeah.
That's all I've got.
This is a German situation map of the Courland pocket in present-day Latvia, showing the unit dispositions on the 1st of April 1945. Within the 18th Army's area of operations is the critical junction town of Schönberg, now known as Skrunda. To the southeast of this town, in a marshy pond, the crew of our StuG detonated several telemines in the engine bay and under the commander's seat. The only StuGs operating in this region were part of the Army Sturm Artillery Brigade 912, and this was their unit insignia. The highly unusual return rollers indicate that this is likely a final production StuG III G. It doesn't appear to have sustained any significant battle damage, and there was not a lot of wear on the steering brake shoes, so by the time the crew blew up the StuG, it was still quite a new vehicle. Did they run out of fuel? Did the war end? Or was the Red Army closing in and they had to escape fast? We may never know.
We'll see how we go. It just flew up.
It might be okay.
Might be
Okay. How did that feel?
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah. Pretty big moment.
In September 2021, you brought that over in bits and pieces on the forklift.
Yeah.
And now look at it. You drove it in here
Yeah.
nearly 4 years later.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible, right? Yeah. It took us a while, but it was worth every second, wasn't it?
Those hull sides were in such a state.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of it was in such a state.
Yeah. One of the most impressive things about this vehicle is it's all one vehicle. It's from the one wreck.
The one StuG.
It's the one StuG, yeah. And it's not just mismatched sort of parts or whatever. It's the real deal.
Now for the big moment. The StuG's first ever test drive around the track. So it looks like the two front return rollers have seized up. These late war StuGs have no bearings in them. It's just metal on metal. So we'll have to look at those a bit later on. But apart from that, she's running beautifully. This was by far our most ambitious project to date, and I think you'll agree that Beau, Steve, Glenn and all of the other lads in the workshop who lent a hand did an absolutely magnificent job.
The camouflage works too.
Yeah, it's really good.
If you think they earned it, don't forget to subscribe and congratulate the lads in the comments. That's all we have time for today. Join us next Wednesday for your weekly tank restoration fix. So until then, I'm Kurt from AusArmour, and I'll see you on the next one.